It's not even breakfast food, and it looks good for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
I mean, I could eat a bowl of that rice right now.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. So glad you're with us. Before we get to the weekend here, we want to get to your forecast. I'm Eric Connor.
And I'm Netta Irampur, filling in for Stella. We have Evan in the house, too. Got your weather covered. Hi,
Hello.
Evan.
Happy
Hello.
Friday. 6:01 right now. It's pretty nice outside. Very calm and quiet. Cloudy skies for the most part. But by the afternoon, we could start to see things change up on us just a little bit. I mean, the sun has made for a beautiful start to the day. Some low stratus clouds out there blocking out the view along the coastline in some cases. However, across the eastern half of the county, we also see more cloud cover, which is not exactly usual for this time frame of the morning. We usually would wait until the afternoon to see those clouds build, and we likely will see that happen with the opportunity for some thunderstorms. Today, next 12 hours, going to make it to the upper 70s and low 80s in San Diego. Convective activity is best across the eastern half of the county, and that'll mainly be taking shape closer to about 2 p.m. all the way through 8 and 9 p.m. So far, only two things to mention as far as traffic goes. First thing is on the 8. This is just off of the Hotel Circle exit. There's an accident on Hotel Circle eastbound. Second thing that I want to mention takes you off to, this is off on the Casa de Oro Boulevard exit, where apparently there was a lane blocked due to animals on the road. Still trying to figure out exactly what's going on there, but it doesn't look like there are any actual backups on the freeway there. Volume's still pretty light here at 6:02. Back to you.
Evan, thanks so much. Now, this morning, the federal government revamping its pandemic strategy, all in light of growing concerns over the Delta variant. New vaccine mandates and incentive programs are all on the table now.
And this comes as there are also changes coming on the local level. News 8's Chris Groh is joining us live now to help us sort through all of these latest developments here. Chris.
Good morning. A seemingly array of things to break down here. Let's start with the county. Spokesperson confirming to us that there will be some sort of a vaccination requirement in place, similar to what we're seeing the state and federal government do, but the details just haven't been finalized yet. But that will be for county employees. Now, we can move over to the federal side. President Biden making news yesterday and headlines by putting in place this vaccination requirement, essentially, that does ask for proof there of vaccination from federal employees as well as contractors. They need to get their shots essentially or face regular testing and other restrictions. Now, the Pentagon announced a similar mandate for members of the military, but when we're talking about the federal government and those contractors, there's also still, again, another local impact because a lot of those military and federal government contractors are based here or have establishments here within San Diego, that including Boeing, General Dynamics, NASCO, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and Raytheon. Now, the president also urged local governments to offer $100 to vaccine holdouts. There are a number of eligible Americans that are continuing to hold out from getting even that first shot of the vaccine, and the president is saying that there needs to be a number of ways to try to get those people to be vaccinated. It doesn't matter if it's not fair to those who are already vaccinated because this is about saving lives.
It's an American blessing that we have vaccines for each and every American. And it's a shame. It's just such a shame to squander that blessing. 160.
And now the other government that we haven't talked about just yet, the city of San Diego. They don't have a vaccination requirement or any asking of proof from city employees as of yet. That is something that could be announced later on as we move forward, as we see how the county rolls theirs out, and as we see how the federal and state requirement goes. But again, we are still keeping an eye there on the city of San Diego. Eric and Netta.
This morning, the CDC says the Delta variant spreads as easily as chickenpox. Here's an animation comparing Delta to the original virus. An internal CDC document also says Delta appears to make people more sick than the original virus did. The agency is expected to publish its research today, along with a call to, quote, acknowledge the war has changed. This morning, Israel has started administering a third dose of COVID vaccines for those over the age of 60. Here in the U.S., President Biden says we don't need a booster yet. Doctors say we will need a booster. It's just unknown how long from the second dose. But local researchers say we still need to get more people fully vaccinated. Those who are reluctant may be asking why they need the vaccine if everyone around them already got it. Well, here's what one researcher has to say about that.
If you're not vaccinated, you can give it to that person who's vaccinated, and they won't get sick. They won't even know that you've infected them, and they can give it to somebody else.
So health experts say the more people who get vaccinated, the fewer the mutations and possibly longer protections between the second dose and the booster. President Biden is weighing in on the future of schools, calling for all campuses to reopen this fall. The president says students can't afford another year out of the classroom.
Every school should be open, and we're giving them the tools to be able to do so safely. Even in those areas where they have a higher vaccination, they have a higher rate of COVID.
Nearly 90% of educators and school staff are vaccinated, according to the president.
Today marks 1 year since 9 service members were killed in a training exercise off San Clemente Island. Their families are now suing the manufacturer of the amphibious assault vehicle, the AAV, that was involved in that accident. The lawsuit claims BAE Systems knew about the vehicle's defective hatch door for decades and did nothing to fix it. Lawyers also say the company continues to make these defective equipments the military still uses. The families want BAE Systems held accountable, and they demand the vehicles be fixed right away.
There's a hole in my family I can't fix.
There are risks you accept when you send your kid into the military, but not that they're going to get knowingly defective equipment.
BAE Systems offered its condolences to families, but said it could not comment because of the pending legal case. A sailor is being charged for the fire on board the USS Bonhomme Richard. This ship, you may remember, burned for 4 days. It was last July. The sailor was a member of the ship's crew at the time and has been charged with aggravated arson and more. Now, Navy officials say they do not believe the sailor intended to destroy the ship. Damage from the fire, though, was so extensive the Bonhomme Richard had to be decommissioned. It could have cost an estimated $3 billion to restore that ship. A man caught on camera driving on a sidewalk and then clipping a News 8 vehicle is expected in court today. This happened Monday. While 51-year-old Michael Sewell was in a standoff with police, they initially tried to stop him for driving erratically. We've learned that just hours before that, he got into an argument in Ocean Beach after his pit bull attacked a smaller dog. That's what a witness said. He's facing felony charges of evading arrest and assault with a deadly weapon, as well as misdemeanor counts of hit and run and resisting arrest. Well, tick-tock, the clock is ticking for Padres. The trading deadline would be 1 p.m. today. That's our time.
Yeah, a lot could happen before then. The team is looking for starting pitching. We heard a lot of noise about Nationals ace Max Scherzer. Instead, he is going to the Dodgers, along with former Padres draft pick Trey Turner, in exchange for a group of top prospects. The Friars did get another Washington pitcher in reliever Daniel Hudson. He's a World Series champion and one of the best relievers in baseball right now. Hudson will help strengthen the bullpen. Once again, the trading deadline is at 1 p.m. our time, so we're still looking for that ace starting pitcher.
They like to keep us in suspense. Anything can happen in the next few hours.
Yeah. Well, a good thing is we have a lot of hours of news left, so keep it right here. And any new developments on the Padres, we will bring them to you right away.
We have you covered. And then Evan has us covered because anything can happen when this monsoon weather is coming our way.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty gloomy out there, a little ominous as you look outside on our Friday. Good news is the coastline's pretty much good to go. Coastal communities, inland valleys, doesn't seem like there's really any potential out there for wet weather this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. But for your mountains and your deserts, we do see an influx of that monsoonal moisture, leading to a good chance for some thunderstorms to start to take shape. Here's what we see outside as we speak. Your current temperatures as you walk out the door on your Friday morning here at 6:09. 61 degrees in Fallbrook, 63 in Escondido, 67 in San Diego, and 73 in Julian. Warming up across the eastern half of the county. That's where we'll see that instability really start to take shape. Now, when we talk about the forecast for the day, again, your coastline's doing okay. Upper 70s this afternoon, increasing clouds, meaning that we could start to see an influx of clouds from the east that'll just count as clouds. We don't see those clouds producing the same moisture that they will across your mountains and your deserts. And again, that is also where we run into the opportunity for maybe a few thunderstorms in the mix. Notice the sun is still out there for both of them because we are still keeping in mind these are going to be cumulus clouds. It's not going to be exactly overcast all day long, but we could see those clouds really start to build at times. So just something to keep in mind as we head toward this afternoon as well as tomorrow afternoon. Now, along the coastline, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Saturday, tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 70s, mostly sunny skies. That monsoonal moisture will start to decrease in its intensity. Sunday, we shut off from that monsoonal moisture moisture. We see high pressure build, dry conditions pervade as we go into the beginning of next week. It'll be very, very nice and dry out there. Beaches are going to be very popular going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week with those warm temperatures as well. Let's switch gears, see what the traffic looks like as we start off your Friday morning. So far, just a couple things to mention. Want to take you off to the east, 8 eastbound Hotel Circle Drive exit. Looks like that eastbound lane is blocked by an accident, and then moving you just a little bit farther to the west on the 5 exit ramp on the I-5 southbound at exit 20 to Moore Street. You got the shoulder block there. Last but not least, we'll bring you all the way over to just about the Santee area on the 52. Right-hand shoulder blocked. There's an accident on the 52 westbound, and that's at exit 15. I'll send things back over to you.